Hey everyone, Matthew here. Here's a quick inspirational that goes out to those who may be on the fence or not sure where they stand, or maybe somebody who already is inspired but has not considered this concept. All right, stay with me. Around 1760, a gentleman named John Spilsbury became the first person to commercialize what were called dissections. We now know them as jigsaw puzzles, like this one. John was a London cartographer and engraver. He would produce a map on sheets of hardwood and cutting along national boundaries. These became teaching tools to teach geography. The term jigsaw came to be associated with the puzzle around 1880 when new tools became available to make them. The biggest manufacturer of jigsaw puzzles is a company called Waddington's when they purchased a company called Tower Press in 1969. This one is made by Chandlecraft, based in Pittsburgh. Jigsaw puzzles soared in popularity during the Great Depression as they provided a cheap, long-lasting, recyclable form of entertainment. Demand for jigsaw puzzles saw a surge during the Great Depression, but sales dropped after World War II because of increased costs. It's estimated that right now the US puzzle market is around $600 million a year. Not a bad gig. Granted, we've got some reasons to stay inside. So for this puzzle, the box shows that is a map. Sorry if I can get it in the screen. It is a map of US locations of fish that are native to those respective locations. The box says that it contains 550 pieces. Without effort, I trust that all of the pieces are there to make the picture they present. Now, this is my Bible. There is no scholarly consensus as to when the Jewish Hebrew Bible canon was settled on in its present form. Some scholars argue that it was fixed by the Hasmonean dynasty around 140 BC. Some scholars argue that it was fixed during the 3rd and 2nd centuries BCE, based on some translations. Now, I am skipping major historical points just to keep this chat short, but just know this goes back a long way. The Hebrew Bible has been translated into several languages found around the Middle Eastern areas, including Latin. The Latin translations are historically the most important for the Church of the West, what we would consider eventually the Catholic and Protestant churches, while the Greek-speaking East continued to use the traditional Hebrew translations. Again, I'm not bringing up major details for brevity purposes. Just know that the history and collecting of the Bible is very rich, very deep. This book is widely regarded by scholars as inspired, not just thrown together. Now, in Germany, around 1440, a goldsmith named Johannes Gutenberg invented the moving type printing press, which started the printing revolution. And of course, the very first book printed was the Bible. For a significant portion of time, the traditions of the Western Church demanded the Bible be read in Latin. This limited the gospel to be read by elite scholars and priests. About 1530, a gentleman named Miles Coverdale was inspired to have every person have a direct relationship with the Word. He was forced to flee, however, to Germany because of his beliefs and the attempt to translate the Bible into English. About that time, Martin Luther was having his Reformation, and Germany was the place to be. While he was there, he teamed up with scholars and priests and completed a full translation of the Bible from Latin to English in about 1535. Now, we also need to consider the discovery of the Dead Sea Scrolls. They were confirmed to be the oldest existing copies of the books of the Hebrew Bible in any length. More than 220 Dead Sea Scrolls were actually found in Qumran, Israel, in about 1947. The scrolls were dated to be between about 250 BCE and 100 BCE, and the scrolls actually line up with every book of the Old Testament, except Esther. Although most books appear only in fragmentary form, they still line up. As a further bit of trivia, the approximate number of languages acknowledged to date in the world is 7,378. The total number of languages with a Bible translation are 3,400. 495. Not too shabby. With the estimated total sales of over 5 billion copies, the Bible is widely considered to be the best-selling book of all time. So, thanks for staying with me. Why the history lesson in comparison? Well, to call out the thoughts some people may have, I will tell you a little history of puzzles. I will show you a box of puzzle pieces, and I will say what it looks like and how many pieces it has in it. And most people will say, okay, that's correct. I trust what you say. Even though you have never heard of this company, not open the box to confirm its contents. However, I may show you a Bible that has over 2,000 years of history, supported by archaeological finds, a text that has been scrutinized by countless scholars intentionally looking for errors and lies, a book that is widely regarded as the most dangerous book in existence, but still, it continues to hold its truth and its power. I say all that and show you the Bible, yet some people will say, hold up a minute. Wait. I don't trust this, even without looking inside or giving it consideration. Here's a funny thought, though. Assuming that there are 550 pieces in this box, I could open it and build the exact same pitch every time. I have opened this book hundreds of times, and each time I discover something new and amazing. Anyway, sorry. Back to the point. If it's so easy to put your trust in what this box says, then why is it so hard to trust this book? Could it be that accepting the truth of the Bible's mere existence means accepting the truth of what it contains? Well, maybe that is the real puzzle that some need to figure out. And that is good stuff.